It's your boy ConcertViz34, and I have some news about the Dave Matthews Band 2020 Summer Tour. They are rumors, but these rumors are coming from sources on message boards and other areas of Twitter that I do trust. The rumor is that the Dave Matthews Band will not play in Hartford, Connecticut for its 2020 Summer Tour. This band has a storied history in Hartford. 41 Dave Matthews Band full shows at the Xfinity Theater, aka the Meadows, and one Farm Aid show where Dave and Tim played there. There's also been some Dave and Friends shows and Dave and Tim shows across the state, including a Dave and Friends show at the Hartford Civic Center, aka the XL Center, aka the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, whatever it was called at the time. And the venues in Hartford, in Wallingford, and even in Mohegan Sun, they bring some of the most dedicated and happy fans that you can see at a show. And that's why the band loves Connecticut. But what's happening here is it looks like they will not play in Hartford, just north of the city's downtown area, and they're going to play another show at Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. Now, I've been to both Mohegan Sun shows that the band has played. One in 2012 for the Away from the World Tour, and one for the fall of 2018. That was promoting still Come Tomorrow at the time, during the end of the year. Both of these shows had great views from the upper deck where I sat both times, and both of these shows had great sound. So I am excited that they are going to stay in Connecticut, allegedly, and have 1 to 2 shows at Mohegan Sun. But, you know, there are some things we'll miss about Hartford having a DMB show. From 1995 to present day 2019, as I record this on December 29th, the band has performed every year except 2011 when they had a Caravan Limited tour, in 2017 when Dave and Tim toured. The full band played one show in Charlottesville, Virginia for a concert for Charlottesville. You know, they have had 3 night stands in 1999 and 2000. So this venue, it's one of the higher count venues for this band. They've had 2 different live tracks from this venue being released, full shows in its entirety from management being sold to the public. And then they've had tons of things that have been selected for special compilations and bonus discs and exclusive downloads. But here's the issue. It comes down to the percentage of the venue that is full. Promoters, venues, and the band itself want to get about 70% to 80% of the venues sold on tour. And the reality is, the same problem Hartford has, the lack of lawn sales, is the same issue that plagues this band, even though they're selling well for how late they are in their career. But the thing is, 70 to 80% of the seats at most venues that the Dave Matthews Band performs in, they're actual in-seat, you button seat, or you're in the pit under the little roof or in the arena. The other 20% or 30% is the lawn. But here's the thing about Hartford. Hartford has 7,500 seats. By fire code, Hartford has 22,500 tickets they can sell for its lawn. This is a massive lawn. Outside of Alpine, I mean, it's really the biggest lawn. It's bigger than the Gorge. You know, outside of Alpine and maybe Deer Creek and a couple other venues, my veterans, comment below. You guys are the experts on that. I only know really the Northeast. But outside of a couple of lawns, the Hartford lawn is the biggest in the country, okay? In the country, even non-DMB venues. So that is a large percentage of what you have to sell. And it's actually one of the few venues where the lawn itself has more of a capacity than the actual seats and pit areas underneath the roofs or inside the actual heart of the amphitheater. So why do I say that? Again, that 70 to 80% that the band needs to sell to be good money, the promoter's happy, the venue's happy, and the artist is happy, that 70 to 80%, they're not reaching that at Hartford, okay? They sold 62% of that capacity this past year, June 22nd, 2019. But here's the thing. The capacity is only listed as 24,747 tickets. Now, again, 7,500 seats plus 22,500 legal tickets you can sell for the lawn. That's 30,000. So the venue itself is saying, you know what? We're not even going to sell 30,000 tickets. We're only going to sell 24,747 tickets maximum. Period. That's all we're going to sell because we're not getting the sales we got in the 90s. So if you go by the actual fire code capacity of 30,000, they've only sold 51% of this venue. And if you go by the regular, again, I said 62% for what they call 24,747. So even though the amphitheater itself was lit and popping, and so was the lawn this year, I was there, they did not get more than 62% of the tickets that could be sold legally, sold for what they have as a capped capacity for this band. So that is not good because you're not getting to that 70 to 80%. The promoter's going to think twice about booking it. And the sales have been down. This venue used to have 3 shows at one point, 2 shows, and then 1 show going from 2015 to the present, again, excluding 2017. There was no show here because they didn't tour. That's not good. So because of that, that's why I believe this rumor is true, and that's why I believe that they are moving to Mohegan Sun, which is a much more intimate venue under 15,000, capacity. I've seen 9,000 there. I've seen 11,000. Who knows what it is for DMB? I haven't gotten any official numbers from the fall of 2018 or even 2012. But the venue was under 15,000 people. They're going to sell out one night. They will sell out 2 nights if they expand it to 2 nights. So at the end of the day, this is a better idea for the promoter. It's a better idea for the band who cares about getting that 70 to 80%. Contrary to belief, the Dave Matthews Band is a great and generous band. They care about selling a certain percentage of the venue. Otherwise, they're going to change venues. And you look at this trend, right? The band added shows in Guilford, New Hampshire over the years. In the last 7 to 8 years, they've added some 2-night stands to Guilford. And they've done well. Guilford is a much smaller venue. It's more like the size of SPAC, but even a little smaller than that, Saratoga Performing Arts Center, so they can guarantee to sell that well. So the band is shifting towards smaller venues in general. They're cutting out a lot of these bigger venues. They cut Alpine, is rumored not to come back, even though Alpine fills up pretty well. But these larger venues and these venues in different locations that are hard to get fans down to or hard to book shows that are profitable, they're cutting these out of their touring cycle. Look, they just got a show at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan, which has like 2,500 to 3,000 capacity crowd. So they're going smaller. That's the trend of this band. They've cut shows. They've cut 2-night stands to 1 night. They've cut 2-night stands to no nights, right? So that's what we're going to have to face as fans of this band. And we're going to miss the tailgate at Hartford. We're going to miss being in the heart of that city, just a mile or 2 north of downtown. You could walk it if you wanted to. Police are all along the walking trails to keep people safe. Shout out to the Hartford PD, because I do that every year. I'm going to miss that walk for DMB. I'll definitely do it for other shows. But with that said, this is the reality. Now, the great thing is Mohegan has a lot to offer. First off, there is free parking. There's free parking at Mohegan because it's a casino. They're not going to charge for parking. They want people to gamble. The other thing is this is favorable for the band because Mohegan has been known not to charge certain fees for bands, and certain fees for promoters that other venues like the Xfinity Theater, aka the Meadows, would charge. Because they know any concert they have is going to bring in gambling revenue, restaurant revenue, and hotel revenue, which they own the grounds. The Native American tribes own Foxwoods and Mohegan, and they're happy because they're going to make money from just having the traffic of a band there. The other thing, as a fan, going to 2 shows here, you can book a hotel if you want, or you can leave that night traffic free. Some people are going to book hotels and stay over and not have to worry about a long drive until the morning. And some people, you leave that sold out show night 1 or night 2, you're not going to have traffic problems. Traffic flows from the various garages around the campus out to a main road, out to Route 2A, out to Route 2. It'll get you to New York, it'll get you to Boston, it'll get you back to Rhode Island, it'll get you north to Vermont, Maine, and New Hampshire. It'll get you to northern Connecticut, where I'll be traveling back to after I go to the shows this summer of 2020. So it's great options there. And on top of all this, you can leave that show and go to a bar. You can leave that show and order food on the campuses of the various dining facilities they have. And then you can go and get donuts like I do after every Mohegan Sun concert I go to. Shout out to the fan that I met there who supports my channel and said, yo, hey, I know you from the videos, right? In line next to me with donuts. Like that's what's fun about going to Mohegan is while the tailgate won't be the same, you'll be able to enjoy the amenities, and you don't have to leave the show right away or go back home right away. Stay a little bit, relax, get a hotel. If you had too much to drink, book a hotel down the street with a shuttle because drinking and driving is not cool. But you had that option here. It's safer. Hartford, unfortunately, doesn't have that. The tailgate is fun, but there's idiots. The lawn is fun. The sound is great if you're not surrounded by idiots who are there to fight, to make out, or check out some cute people in the lawn, which can be frustrating depending on where you sit. And again, the drinking and driving thing. A lot of people are tailgating, and a lot of people leave that lot intoxicated. Shout out to the Hartford police who do their best to keep us safe, but the reality is people leave that parking lot drunk. But Mohegan Sun is different. The drinks are more expensive. If you're tailgating, it's more expensive. It's going to price out and deter people who go there just to party. And you're going to have people that will have a good time and stay over, or they're going to leave and they're not going to drink as much as if they were tailgating. So I'm excited about this. I am sad to see that it is going to be an end of an era if this is true, and I believe it is true. The sources are solid as far as their history on the forums, and from what people are pulling on Twitter that I found, they know these sources who say they haven't been wrong yet about the New England rumors. So it is what it is. We'll have to make do. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I think that it will be difficult for some people to move on from Hartford, but the reality is you're not getting to that 70 to 80% tickets sold, and the lawn being so big hurts Hartford for being viable option for the future of this band touring. Mansfield may also get docked as well, and they may just do 2 at Mohegan, and we'll cross that bridge. I'm going to wait to see once they announce, and we'll look at that as well. But this band is going smaller venue. The band is selling a lot of tickets for how old and how long they've been on the road, and that is something to celebrate. But the reality is they're going to smaller venues. They're going to different cities to try to get buzz in other cities, and things are changing. It's your boy, ConcertViz34. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.